Today, we are going to be interviewing Timothy Izzo. He prefers to be called Tim and has raised some questions about his height over the years. He is 6 feet and 8 inches tall and is set to possibly continue growing. Having a reputation for his height, we want to know more about who he is as a person and how he grew mentally with his height. Hello, Tim. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. To start with the interview, does being this tall get you unwanted or wanted attention? Do you have any examples?
I feel like definitely mostly unwanted because I feel like on average I get asked multiple times a day, especially when I'm like out in public in like areas where people don't really know me. And it's really bad in certain situations because sometimes I'll be really annoyed and certain people will try to talk to me and ask me how tall I am. And then I'll just get annoyed and I'll just snap at them for no apparent reason, and then that'll be pretty awkward on their and my part. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. On to the second question. How do you feel about being taller than other people? Like a sore thumb or dominant over them?
I definitely feel both in certain situations. Like, you do get used to actually being this tall. Because like you think about it from your perspective, you've been the same height your entire life. Like, you don't actually see your own growth. But in some situations I do feel like a sore thumb, and it is pretty annoying being taller than everyone. But I guess in certain situations it is helpful to feel dominating over other people.
And do you feel like it's hard to introduce yourself to new people so they know who you are beyond your height?
I don't necessarily see that as a problem, because if I really like want to get to know someone, or if I really want to like have a relationship with someone, they'll get used to the fact that I'm tall like within the first couple times I see them. So it's not really that important of a determining factor on my relationship with someone.
Moving on, have you encountered any obstacles to overcome with your height?
There has definitely been a few obstacles. I feel like one main obstacle are the desks in Mr. Andreessen's room. And I think one of the hardest things to actually deal with my height was because I have family in Italy, so the plane trips to Europe are very harsh, especially because sometimes we won't be able to get the tickets with enough room for our legs, so it is pretty tight when we have to sit there for a 8-hour flight, and that is pretty irritating.
Have you ever met or seen anyone other than your family that is as tall or taller than you? If so, what was your interaction?
I do occasionally see a couple people that are taller than me. I mean, it's what we would normally think, but for the most part, for me, it is somewhat pretty weird, because I'm used to looking out and down at people, and then even just like this sudden action where I have to tilt my head up a little bit, it's like that's weird to me because I don't normally do that. But there was one particular person that really stood out to me. It was just when I was visiting some family, and we were in an area in the city where it was like high like tourists and stuff, and they tried to sell people. And then I remember seeing this like giant African man, and he must have been like 7.5 feet tall, and he was huge. And he actually came up to me and my dad, and he gave us a couple bracelets for free just because of how tall we were.
And do you think your height affects your personality?
Overall, not really. It's like, even though I am tall, that is just a physical aspect of who I am. It's like, that's like asking someone if you think like, if they have glasses or like their type of hair, it's like, do you think that affects them? It's like, so even though like I have a very pronounced trait, like with my height, that is just a normal trait that some people happen to have, and I don't think it personally affects my personality. I think I act the same way I do with this height than I would with any other height.
Thank you. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be interviewed.
Knowing Tim as a person lets us understand him past just his outward appearance, which is given for every person on this planet, which emphasizes that he is no different from any of us. He has gotten used to the fact that he is noticeably tall and doesn't think it hinders him from making any relationships. He is just a normal high school student living life.